Before we get into the video, I just want to let you guys know that about 1 in every 4 of my viewers are subscribed, and my goal is to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button as my mouse scrotter runs around me like a madman. It helps to notify you every time I upload a video, as well as getting my content pushed out to a wider audience. Regardless, that's enough self-promotion from me. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's get right into it.
What's up, Chicos? We got UNPL week number 4. This week we're going up against Shadow Gallade and the Carolina Tauros Heels, which I thought was pretty clever. The matchup is going to pop up on the screen right about now, and you can see Speed Boost Blaziken is a thing. I like the Milotic plus Sylveon kind of defensive core. He does have 2 really good rapid spinners in Cyclizar and Brambleghast. I'm personally a fan of Porygon too. It's not as good this gen because it doesn't get teleport, but I think it's still pretty annoying. Espeon and Flygon are good Pokemon, but I think they're better as Tera captains. So, of course, he rounds out his draft with Tera Articuno, Knucklestack, and Tera Eevee, which is pretty cool if you don't know Eevee gets adaptability. So that plus like a Trailblaze, Last Resort, Tera Normal, Silk Scarf kind of thing could be actually really cool. As far as hazards, he's got really just the spikes on Brambleghast and Stealth Rocks with Knucklestack. Neither of which I'm too concerned about, but I will bring removal. He's got really good speed tiers. Cyclizar is very fast, into Espeon, into Flygon, into Bramble. It seems like the name of the game for this team is just to kind of facilitate Blaziken with his defensive Pokemon like the Sylveon, Milotic, potential Cyclizar. Hopefully we're prepared enough for all that. So with all that being said, let's get right into the team. First up is Manabuzz, aka a Buzzard Beater, with the leftovers with Foul Play, Toxic, U-Turn, and Roost. Pretty much anything that's not called Sylveon or Articuno, it can somewhat deal with. We have leftovers because, first of all, I didn't really want Rocky Helmet because I'm more of a mixed defensive set, so I figured leftovers will give me more value there. And we're not Boots because I'm not too scared about Stealth Rocks on Knucklestack. We are max HP, 156 EVs into physical defense and 104 in a special defense with that bold nature, which I will change to Impish because obviously, when I made this, I didn't have U-Turn on the set, but now I do. Now with that investment, I can always take a +2 Flare Blitz from a Blaziken, from an Adamant Blaziken, unless he's Life Orb. But if he's Life Orb, you know what? Whatever. I'm not going to make this thing fully physically defensive just for one Pokemon because the special defense allows me to take hits a little bit better from like an Espeon and a Milotic and a Porygon, and if he has a special Flygon set. So yeah, Manabuzz just kind of here to be a fat pivot. I don't really need Defog on this Pokemon, which is great. I know that this kind of looks passive towards Blaziken, but if he goes for Swords Dance with that Blaziken, it's, Foul Play is doing like 70-80%, which is just nuts. If he does have a Flame Orb on Milotic, that's a little bit annoying because I can't poison that Pokemon. But if he has leftovers, even if he is Marvel Scale, I think it's worth clicking Toxic on that thing. Next up is Toadsworth, our Breloom. I think Breloom is actually really good here. We have 120 EVs into HP, max attack, and 136 into speed. Swords Dance, Bullet Seed, Mach Punch, and Aerial Ace. So essentially, I had the Citrus Berry there because if he brings in Bramble on me and I click Swords Dance, he could click Poltergeist, which would affect me because I have an item. That will not knock me out. I'll get the Citrus Berry to pop, which then I don't have an item, so he can't click Poltergeist. Of course, he could just still be clicking, Shadow Sneak. But that's about it. I mean, if he wants to click Power Whip and risk that missing, that's fine. My guess is that he's going to be Rapid Spin, Poltergeist, Strength Sap, and either another attacking move or Spikes. I'm really hoping it's Spikes, because if his only attacking move is Poltergeist, that's really good for Breloom. As long as we get that Citrus Berry popped, we get a little bit healthier, and we can just set up all over that. That plus Aerial Ace is going to be really good against Bramble. And once we get up to, enough boost, I mean, what's taking a Mach Punch? Yeah, Sylveon is. Espeon might if we're not too boosted. Articuno might if it's Tera Fairy. But we have enough speed to outspeed a Bramble with no speed, which means we can do the same with Articuno. And Sylveon, as long as it's not Scarfed, shouldn't outspeed us, and we can click Bullet Seed against that. I think Breloom has a fantastic matchup, so it's up to us to be able to use it effectively and try to do something really, really cool with it. So next up we have the Fortress, especially defensive with leftovers. We have Rapid Spin, Toxic Spikes, Metal Sound, and Bug Buzz. So this looks a little strange. Toxic Spikes is really good against this team because he does not have a poison type. He doesn't have a grounded poison unless he runs, poison on either Eevee or Articuno for the Tera type. He does have a Magic Bouncer in Espeon, but Espeon doesn't do that much back to us because it's not a Tera Captain. It can't like Tera Fire. Obviously, Brambleghast can spin block me, and there's not much I can do against Brambleghast outside of just like what I have here, Metal Sound plus Bug Buzz. Now, the beauty in that is that if you don't know, Metal Sound lowers your opponent's special defense by 2. At -2, Brambleghast never takes 2 Bug Buzzes. I don't care what it is. In fact, if it's chipped enough and it's not bulky, it might just drop to 1. It's a bit of a funky set and it's very situational, but I do really want to keep, you know, spikes off the field if I can. So that is what this Pokemon is here for, and I really do expect Brambleghast to come. Next up is Purpa, our Swampert. This is another little mixed defensive set. Max HP 160 into physical defense, 100 into special defense with a relaxed nature. Obviously with the leftovers just for some recovery. I know I got a lot of leftovers on this team, but it is what it is. Stealth Rocks, Knockoff, Flip Turn, and Ice Punch. I figured Knockoff is really nice just so I can, you know, get rid of a Bramble item, get rid of Boots so the Toxic Spikes can do its work. Ice Punch is also really helpful so that I can't get set up on by the Flygon. Also nice for Cyclizar. And of course, Stealth Rocks is a great move. I'm not sure if Espeon really wants to switch on into this to, you know, try to get the Magic bounced off. I don't know. It's kind of risky. I do have Knockoff. Flip Turn is just for momentum. So, yep, like I said, just a fat, bulky pivot. And that's what Swampert's gonna do. For the 5th Mon, we got Crash Out, the Porygon Z with the Lumberry. Now, Crash Out has not done too well this season. I'm gonna keep it a buck, but we're not giving up on it. We got Agility, Nasty Plot, Tri Attack, and Ice Beam. So I know Milotic can Haze, but that's still kind of a losing battle for my opponent as long as I'm not status, which is kind of why the Lumberry's there. Outside of Blaziken, I don't know. I feel like I'm able to set up at least one Agility into potentially a Nasty Plot. I know he has a fat team, you know. Milotic, Sylveon, and Porygon are all very especially bulky, I feel. So it's not the easiest situation for Porygon Z, but if we're able to get an Agility up and a Nasty Plot, Tri Attack just goes crazy against his team. Ice Beam will hit the Brambleghast super effectively. His only priority is Brambleghast with Shadow Sneak, and that doesn't affect Porygon. So we really don't have to worry about that. As far as the EVs, we have a 72 in HP. Max special attack and 188 into speed. This will allow us to outspeed a max speed, timid, choice scarfed Espeon if we are at +2. Last but not least, we have the Never Melt Ice Zebstrika with Tera Ice, Wild Charge, Tera Blast, Volt Switch, and Taunt. Electric plus Ice Stab is just really good against this team. There's nothing that resists both of those, and to be honest, I really wanted to run Adamant, but I didn't feel safe necessarily doing that because Espeon is a Pokemon, and I don't really want to risk not outspeeding that. Sap Zipper is really nice because I can pretty much switch into a Bramble if I expect it to click Strength Sap. I can get the attack boost because I am Sap Zipper. And then Taunt is just kind of nice to prevent certain things from healing, like a Porygon or a Sylveon or a Milotic. If I want to keep those Pokemon low for something like a Porygon Z, this Pokemon does pitiful damage to Porygon 2. So that will probably be his switch in if he does bring the Porygon. I mean, Zebstrika is not here to like win the game, to be honest. It's just here to threaten things and chip things, and then with the Taunt, ensure that they can't get too healthy. That's going to be it for this little team builder. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm really excited for this battle for sure. With all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and cut the video, and I'll see you guys in the battle. Alright, here we are in the battle, going up against Shadow Gallade. He's already told me that it's Tera Fire Articuno, so obviously that means Articuno is the lone Tera Captain that he's bringing to this battle. Good to know that I will not be getting swept by an Eevee today. Let's see what else he brings. Knuckle Stack, are you kidding me? I really didn't want to see that. I'm not going to lie, I really didn't want to see the Knuckle Stack. I could just lead Pert. I think it's a safe lead. I am glad he brought Brambleghast because that kind of works as far as like what I'm trying to do with Breloom. No profile pick? Come on, bro. Shadow Gallade, you can be better. You're better than that. You're better than that. You gotta get a profile pick in there. Alright, Articuno lead. So, let's go click Freeze Dry and do a crap ton. What do you have for a well-played Articuno? Not much, clearly. He's not going to Tera here, though. I also don't think a Freeze Dry will knock me out. I don't really want to take that damage. I'll go straight into Siege Tower. I think a Freeze Dry is coming, and yeah, he goes straight for the Freeze Dry. Yeah, he's offensive with this, actually. So that's cool, for sure. Yeah, Swampert's not going to live one of those if he's modest. If he's timid, I don't either. Oh, shoot. I ran out of time. I ran out of time. Well, it looks like Fortress is going to drop here. Which sucks. Because I don't have a spinner. Okay, well, I mean, we were pretty much losing either a Pokemon or something, or a lot of health on a Pokemon, so. Alright, let's not make that mistake again. Let's actually click moves. I mean, at this point, I think that's just our play, because he does have a Knuckle Stack to resist our little tri-attacks. And he has Bramble Gas. We have Ice Beam for that. I don't really want to set up. I just want to do damage. He's going to swap. Okay. Farquaad. I like that name. Pixelmon. So this is going to be Knuckle Stack. And we're going to do a little bit of damage, but not that much. Yeah, not that much at all. And obviously Assault Cure is going to annoy me. If I had Covert Cloak, we'd be in a fantastic position. So we're going to Nasty Plot, and I'm hoping I see a Rock here. I don't really want to see Assault Cure, but at the same time... Okay, so Ice Beam should be a 2-hit KO here. I'm not going to Agility because, again, Assault Cure is a move, and if he clicks that, we're just kind of in a tough spot. We're on a timer, obviously, so... Yep, there's the 2-hit KO. Now here I'm going to click Try Attack. We'll probably knock out something here. I don't think you go into Bramble. I think that would be a foolish play. Yep, okay. Knuckle Stack goes down, but it definitely did pretty much what it was supposed to do there, I think. ESPN Eon. Okay, I get it. All right, so obviously I don't have my Fortress to switch into this anymore. So that's kind of the issue that we're running into here. So I live a hit most likely, unless he's spec. I don't really need this, to be honest. I think I'm just gonna Try Attack and try to do damage. Let's see if if he specs, this knocks us out. So, okay. I think he specs. I mean, he could be Modest Scarf. Could go Buzzard Beater and just kind of U-turn. Going Swampert because if I go into Mandibuzz and U-turn, I just take more Stealth Rock's damage anyway. I really don't want to waste a turn clicking Stealth Rock if he's just gonna click Psyshock. Oh, he's not. Okay. Alright, well, you win some, you lose some. I've had a pretty good week in Pokemon, so that's okay. All I needed was to get Breloom in front of either Knuckle Stack or Bramble Gas. He's not choiced. That's obviously just kind of a whim that I go off of. I don't see you running Modest when I have a Frostlass. So that had to be a really high roll unless he's like Twisted Spoon or something, because he's obviously not Life Orb. I guess we just Foul Play for damage. It's gonna Power Gem. We should live that. Yeah, okay. But it does look like a 2-hit KO. Foul Play does a decent chunk. Definitely puts it in Zeb Striker range. I reckon U-turn would have also put it in Zeb Striker range. But Foul Play does do significantly more. Foolish enough to swap, but you're not. Espeon's going crazy right now. I think here I will click Tera Ice, Tera Blast. I just don't want to take any more recoil than I have to. We will do that, and Espeon will drop here. So, at the least, we're getting 4-0'd. If he goes Articuno and he's defensive, he just knocks... Okay, he goes this. I don't know what this is. Oh. If he has Protect, he probably... Yeah, I think he definitely just wins. I'll click Wild Charge in case he doesn't. Okay, so we do some damage here. I don't know. That's a decent chunk, man. I wonder... Oh, you're special. How cute. Yeah, I don't think you have, any bulk. So I think potentially a Mach Punch can do the trick in at least knocking you out. And if that's the case, maybe you just swap in Bramble here. I'll Mach Punch and hope you go into Bramble. Okay, let's hope you go into Bramble after this. And not Articuno. But that is definitely your best play, I would say. And Farquaad comes in, so we're going to lose 3-0 here. Which is fine by me. I wanted to be 3-1, but we are going to be 2-2. Tera Blast is going to go off. That's going to knock us out. That's going to be GG. I think I just was ill-prepped for an offensive Articuno. That's just usually not what I see. So Shadow Gallade knew exactly what he was doing, and he got the win. I do want to make some changes to the team for sure. I just don't know exactly what. just because it's just not meshing. I feel like there are Pokemon here that I really want to keep, but in the grand scheme of things aren't doing too much. I think that's all I got to say about this. Well played again to Shadow Gallade. He definitely deserved that win. I would have liked to see Breloom do something, because I definitely think it had a great opening in this matchup, but as far as, again, what my opponent brought and how they played their team, there really was not an opening. Anyway, that's going to be it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.